Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jeff. I'm gonna kind of do a basic, quick tutorial on Page SEO, and I'm gonna cover the top 10 things you should be doing if you want to properly optimize any post you're gonna be working on. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Let me say, for example, my keyword that I want to rank for, I want to optimize for, is ABC widgets, right? All right. So, number one, I want to make sure I have my keyword in my URL. So I'm adding it to the post title right here. If I give you a second here, it should well, change up the URL. Give me a second. There we are. So by default, it's going to make your permalink right here match your title, so ABC widgets. Now, if you're using WordPress, which you should be, you of course to be able to do this, you want to make sure you have permalinks enabled properly. So what you do is you'll click on settings on the bottom left there, and you'll go to permalinks, and what it will look like is this. And by default, you've got this selected, which will make your post look like, post equal P equals 1, 2, 3. That's no bueno. And for on-page SEO, that's not going to do you any good. So make sure you go ahead and choose this option at the bottom here, this named post name, which will match your URL with your main keyword. So we got ABC widgets. That's going to be number one. Number two is you want to make sure you include your keyword in your title tag. Now, while I normally do recommend Yoast SEO, I'm actually using the Platinum SEO pack on my website, and I only haven't changed over because I've got 130 some odd posts. I don't want to manually update. So you want to have your keyword in your title tag. Now here's the thing, you don't just want to have it in your title tag and be boring and sitting there by itself. That's going to be the first thing people see when they're searching for that particular phrase, and so you want to make it something enticing people are going to click on. So maybe this, ABC widgets, the top So I've got ABC widgets, the top 10 things you didn't know, or you get the idea, something like that. Number two is you want to make sure you include, your keyword in your H1 tag. Now by default, many new WordPress themes do include your title tag automatically as your H1 tag. So in this example, if I preview the post, you're going to see it adds this up here, which matches, and it's basically you're usually going to be okay with doing that. So you want to make sure you have your H1 tag set up properly as well. So number one, you want to have your post keyword in URL, keyword in title, keyword in H1 tag. Let's go ahead and number those to be fancy here. Next up, you want to have your keyword in your meta description, and while some experts will say it's not as important as it used to be, and while I would agree, it's still pretty good. It's pretty well known as best practice to still include your keyword in your meta description. Now you do want to keep this under 160 characters. So with the title tag, by the way, I forgot to mention, you want to try to have your keyword as far forward as possible. So instead of your keyword being back at the end, right here, that's okay, but it's more it's better practice to have it towards the beginning. So for our description, you don't have to be quite so picky. So we'll go ahead and put in this post. I reveal the top 10 things about ABC widgets you didn't know and probably would never think of. And again, the point of this is to get people's attention, because that's what people are going to be seeing when they do a search for that particular keyword, when they find your website in the search engine result pages or the SERPs. Okay, next up, you want to have your keyword in I want to try to have your keyword in the very first paragraph or sentence of your particular post, which of course I'm not going to do here, but if I were, it would be up at the top right there. After that, what is next? Let me look at my list on the right side here. Okay, you want to make sure that you're going to be doing links to other content within your website. So let's say, for example, my post, blah, 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 keyword research, blah, blah, blah. Let's say I was talking about keyword research and I had a post on my website about keyword research. What I would do is highlight that phrase, keyword research. And if you look at the top right here where it says insert and edit link, it looks like a little sideways link or chain link fence, whatever. You want to click on that. Now in this example, you can scroll down and try to find a relevant post, or you can actually search by keyword right here. And so in this case, I'm going to try to find my most relevant post on keyword research, which I happen to have. There we are at the very top there, how to do buyer keyword research for SEO. And I'm going to go ahead and click on add link, and you'll see that now that's going to be adding a link to another post on my website. And that's going to do a few things. Number one, it's going to go ahead and give a relevant internal link to another post on your site. So it's going to help you to pass the authority amongst your own site. In fact, let me show you something. If you look at any Wikipedia post, period, you're going to find anytime they mention something, they've got links like crazy to other posts within Wikipedia. See? And Wikipedia does this. Number one, it's going to give the readers relevant information, and number two, it's going to, of course, help pass on the page authority between Wikipedia, which is why they pretty much rank for anything in the world you can think of. If I do a search for personal development, Wikipedia, number one. If I do a search for maybe Ford Motor Company, just out of kicks and giggles, Wikipedia is probably not going to be number one, but there we are. They're on page one again. So again, they've got awesome, insanely powerful, credible, valuable, relevant content, and they're linking internally like crazy on their site. So there really is no set guideline for how many internal links you should do. But I say and try to do them whenever they're relevant. If I've got a 1,000-word article, for example, I'd have no problem linking 10 or 15 times to other posts on my site. Now, here's the thing. You want to make sure it's relevant, very, very relevant, and not just related. So if I had a blog post about maybe search engine optimization, I would probably not link my keyword research anchor text to that post. While it's related, it's not really relevant. Next up, you want to do external linking to other authority websites. So, let's say I was talking about internet marketing, right? What I would do is try to find a non-competitor of mine, but still try to find an authoritative website I can link to that's going to give people valuable information. Now, in this case, I mean, QuickSprout is an amazing site by Neil Patel. It's going to give people valuable information. I don't think he would really be a competitor of mine because he's so much way above there. He really works with more businesses, etc. So this is a really high-quality post. So what I'm going to do here is copy that URL, and I'm going to link to Neil's post right there for internet marketing. Now what this does, it does a couple of things. Number one, it is of course again going to give your readers valuable information, and number two, it's going to help to associate your website with that other authority website. You want to show Google, hey Google, I don't mind linking to other websites outside of mine. You want to show Google, you want to give your readers the best possible experience, whether you're linking to your own site or someone else's. So I will most often link to Wikipedia. In some cases, I might link to WebMD if it's a medical type of site, etc. So again, try to find something of high authority like Wikipedia, WikiHow, even YouTube or a Facebook page. It's pretty simple, but it's a real powerful technique. And it is one I do on pretty much every single blog post I do. Next up, you want to add an SEO optimized image. Now, I'm not going to go too much into how to get images now, but generally speaking, you're not just going to want to go ahead and steal an image from Google like I'm going to do right now. Bad practice. I just want to show you what I would do. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this random image here. Actually, let's find a better one. ABC widgets. It's too small. Hold on. Tell you what, let me just find, here we are, ABC Widget Corp. Perfect. This is still the example, but I want to show you guys what I do. So I'm going to right click on the image. and I'm going to click on Save Image As. Now what you want to do is you want to name your keyword according to your image. So Google cannot read that text. Google cannot read images. So you want to make sure that you tell Google via the image name what your what the image is about. So I'm going to save it as ABC widgets, and I'm going to go ahead and add that to my content right here. And so we're going to put SEO optimize image your keyword.jpg. I'm going to add that image right here. I'm going to click on add media, and then I'm going to go ahead and simply drag that image from my downloads bar down in the WordPress there, which is simple. Actually, next up, which is the next item as well, is you want to make sure you add your alt text. If you look on the right side here, you want to make sure you add a relevant alt text talking about your content, mentioning your keywords. So I'll put maybe the best ABC widgets post ever. And again, what that's going to be doing is going to be showing Google that your image is relevant for the keyword ABC widgets. And then something else I do, not everyone does, but on the bottom here where it says link to, is by default it links to media file. What that means is if someone clicks on the image, it's going to open up that image in another browser window, which you don't want to do. You want to keep people on your post. So we're going to change that to link to none. You can resize it if you want. And I'm going to click on insert in the post. And again, if you want to resize it, you can also drag it right here, change it around here, etc. Pretty simple, but that's what you would do there. Number 9, which I just mentioned, was adding an alt tag. Named according to your keyword. And then next up, what you'll want to do is also use a few H2 and H3 tags when it's relevant. So maybe you might want to talk about the benefits of ABC widgets. I would highlight that. If you look on the top here, I might select H2. And if that's a bit big, I might even want to select H3. But the point is you want to use at least 1 or 2 H2s and H3 tags. Never use more than H1 tag, period. The H1 tag, once again, was our third item there. And by default, for the most part, with any new WordPress theme, they should automatically add the H1 tag for you. If you're not sure, you can always check the code, hit Control-U to check the page source, and do a Control-Find for H1. And you'll be able to find it in there. So if I was going to talk about the benefits of ABC widgets, I might do that there. Blah, 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 blah. Keep it simple again. And of course, you can also add another H3 tag. That's no problem. Why I recommend and trust ABC widgets. Now, you don't always have to keep your keyword in the other title tags. I'm sorry, in the other header tags. Do it if it's relevant, but if it's not relevant, you don't need to do that. Then, of course, you would add more content down here. I recommend this because blah, blah, blah. And maybe you might say, why I love this product. And oops, when I went to source, why I love this product. And again, you don't always have to add the keyword into your tags, only if it's relevant. So I mean, guys, that is really essentially it. If you're viewing this on YouTube, I've got a full blog post. You can click on the link down below to check it out and see my full blog post that talks about this. And if you're watching this on my site, of course, you're probably already on my post and you already know about this. But if you guys do want to check out my post, I do give a full list. It's a lot better done than this. But yeah, I hope this helps. Let me show you guys a quick example. Hold on a second. Okay, here's an example of a post I made recently titled, What is Launch Jacking? And we quickly go to edit the post here so I can take a look at the actual stuff itself. This is an H2 tag at the very top. You'll see I've got launch jacking, which is an internal link. I've got another internal link. I've got my image here. My image is named let's go ahead and view the actual post. You can't see it, but my image is actually named, launch jacking or what is launch jacking, something along those lines, which you can't see now, but I've got my relevant image here as well. I've got my alt text right here. It says what is launch jacking. But again, guys, this is something I do all the time, so if I'm rushing through this, if you have any questions as to maybe something I've missed, let me know. I've got some external links right there. I've got a video right here as well. I've got some different bold text. I've got, and again here, guys, here, my H3 tag does not mention launch jacking. It's just simply the most relevant information. So yeah, guys, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. Don't be shy. Anyways, thank you very much. My name is Jeff Linney, and